This KFAN podcast is sponsored by Builders and Remodelers, exclusive Twin Cities provider of Elements Windows. Get the highest quality windows at unmatchable value. Visit buildersandremodelers.com for more details.
Ice Cube's Big Three is the surprise hit of the summer. This Saturday, 4 p.m. Eastern on CBS with playoff elimination on the line. The most physical, fiercest, and competitive basketball in the world. Miami's Michael Beasley and Lance Stevenson must win to make the playoffs. And breakout star Dwight Howard of the LA Riot will battle Gary Payton's Boston squad in a do-or-die match for both teams. 6 teams are alive for 4 spots and all must win. There's no crying in the Big Three. And the no-holds-barred action starts Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific. Presented by iHeart.
A treasure trove of bananas has been stolen, and it's up to Donkey Kong and his buddy Pauline to get them back. This unlikely duo is going on a world-smashing adventure, using DK's destructive abilities to explore an underground world, and the power of Pauline singing to activate wild transformations. Donkey Kong Bonanza, available now. Rated everyone 10 and up, only on Nintendo Switch 2. Game and system sold separately.
Come on, why is this taking so long? This thing is ancient.
Still using yesterday's tech? Upgrade to the ThinkPad X1 Carbon. Ultra-light, ultra-powerful, and built for serious productivity with Intel Core Ultra processors, blazing speed, and AI-powered performance that keeps up with your business, not the other way around.
Whoa, this thing moves.
Stop hitting snooze on new tech. Win the tech search at Lenovo.com. Lenovo. Unlock AI experiences with the ThinkPad X1 Carbon, powered by Intel Core Ultra processors, so you can work, create, and boost productivity all on one device.
Fan.
It'll be a tough guy game. We're live from Twin Cities Orthopedics Performance Center, the new Winter Park, continuing coverage of Vikings Training Camp 2025. I'll tell you one thing, Ted, the one thing the Vikings do have is plenty of friends and plenty of family.
They do.
They're pouring in the gate right now to watch practice. They're getting inside the Lumen air-conditioned family and friends suite, have something to drink, some cold beverages, eat some food, and watch practice, scheduled to start about 2:30 or so. Hour number 2 starts, as always, with 5, 3, 4.
Time now for...
He's quick on the switcher. He hasn't lost it. He still got it.
5 questions. Well, actually 3, but 5 sounds like more than 4. Question number 1.
Whoa!
Look at him.
We're gonna score.
It's now time to delve deep into Twins territory.
That was pretty good. And you were ripping him during the break. I was sticking up for him, and then I started ripping him too.
What do you think of the Twins now? They won their first series since the All-Star break with a 9-4 victory in Detroit. Something called Thomas Hatch threw 4 1/3 scoreless innings. He was just picked up on waivers from Kansas City on Monday. Luke Keeschel remained red hot. He had a pair of doubles, drove in 3 runs. Brooks Lee, Austin Martin, and Alan Roden all homered. And Ryan Jeffers extended his hitting streak to 9 games with an RBI double. Common, what sticks out to you from yesterday's Twins win?
We battened down the hatches. Get it? Hatch. We battened down the hatches. Well, Rosen yesterday admonished me for saying, for everything you've been saying about the Twins for all this years, you can't be talking about, in a positive way. He was, in other words, what he thought I was doing was praising the organization for the moves they made. And he's just not a very deep thinker. Because that's not what I was doing. I think anybody that understands the esoteric approach, all I was saying was I was more reacting to the outrage of many fans and the Pohlad pocket protectors who suddenly, for the first time ever, decided, well, they just can't believe that the Pohlads operate a team
Took till 2025 for them to get outraged with ownership.
Yeah, exactly. So I was just like, my whole thing was, and I even sent a tweet out on this, I said, the Pohlads and Falvey didn't break up the 27 Yankees. They were an underperforming team. They were a terrible team in a terrible city with terrible fans, a terrible stadium, terrible this. So they just decided this ain't working. Let's blow it up and start over again. Now you can disagree with starting over again, and they did not completely start over. They didn't completely start over. They still have Lopez. They still have Ryan. They still have Over. If you like Zebby Matthews and David Festa, they still have both of those players. If you like Simeon Woods-Richardson, and a lot of people do, they have those guys. So they still have Brooks Lee. They still have Royce Lewis. They still have Byron Buxton. This Keyshaw guy looks like he's going to be a star. They still have a lot of really good players on the club. But people were just like, how dare they do this? They felt like jilted lovers. Just like, calm down. They weren't going, and they're not going to go anywhere next. They probably won't go anywhere until new ownership comes in. Maybe a new, because I firmly believe, and I think you brought it up, or maybe it was Rosen or somebody, and it could happen. A new ownership team could come in and not spend any money. I suppose that is possible, but I would be stunned if that happened. Not just surprised, not just shocked. I'd be stunned if all of a sudden it was like, you know what, we're going to make the payroll lower. We just no.
They want to create excitement.
Yeah, they got their little shiny toy now. Watch us win World Series. They want to be on TV. They want to be like all the owners of Major League Baseball teams, NBA, NFL, that win championships. That's what they want to do.
They want to be able to sell tickets a second time throughout a game for people to go from the upper part of the bleachers down to the bottom part. That's what they want to do.
That's what they want to do. So
can they buy the club, by the way?
I think
they've already doubled up their investment of the Wolves. Like, they've already made $1.5 billion on it. They can afford it.
Well, if you'll remember, look at Rosen being recognized everywhere he goes. Remember, he thought it was refreshing when he wasn't recognized. How much is he just right now? How miserable is he right now? Having to stop with people, they're talking to him, wanting to touch the hem of the garment.
He's miserable, but he loves it too.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Exactly. But he just wants to be left alone. Look at him, making small talk with the peasants. Do you think those people that are talking to him right now, you think they're going to go to Ocean Air and have swordfish anytime soon? Now, they might. I don't know. It's available to everybody. But I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know. I just like that they won again. Because, again, and are they going to go on a winning streak? And Rosen said he thinks they're going to play 500 ball the rest of the year.
Wow.
Which would be better than
what they were playing.
Yeah, he was mad that they traded all those guys, yet they were 5 games under 500 when they traded those guys. So I just like seeing them win. And, yeah, I'm not that concerned about the Twins, of where they're going and where they've been. It's going to be a while.
Question 2.
Question number 2.
All Vikings, let's win this game. You'll hear us yell for more.
It's now time to take an in-depth look at the state of the skull.
Let's dig deep. Like a deep tissue massage.
Yeah, almost a year ago, Vikings quarterback J.J. McCarthy tore his meniscus, in which the team believes was during a scramble. McCarthy was asked about whether he would feel comfortable running, and J.J. said he's extremely comfortable, adding, quote, "I almost wish you didn't ask that because I want to keep that on the low. I think that's a huge part of my game. It's a weapon in this league. You kind of have to have it with these edge rushers and the different pressure looks. There's a time and place for me when I put my shoulder down or when I slide, and there's a lot more times when I'll be sliding. It's just adapting with the game, adapting to when the rush lanes are happening, how contained they are, but it's definitely a huge part of my game that I'll definitely utilize." Common, how do you feel about JJ running this year after suffering an injury on the run last season?
Well, first of all, he said he didn't really want to talk about it. He wanted to keep it on the low, but after 2 or 3 games or 2 or 3 times he runs, everybody's going to know.
Figure it out,
yeah. Figure it out. I don't know. I think you have to be judicious about it. I don't think you just run at the first sign of the collapse, you take off and start putting your shoulder down. Designed runs, I'm not a huge fan of. Because even if you're a big, strong, strapping lad, you just get hit once. I mean, and look, my guess is when a defender gets an open look at a quarterback when he's not sliding, they're going to give him as hard a hit as they can. They want to hit him hard. They want to, not that they're trying to injure them, but they just want to make them feel it, so they don't run again. Right? Hey, you want to run like that again? This is what you're going to feel every time. So then you risk the injury thing, and we talked about this the other day. You brought up Garoppolo. I didn't know he was. I would say he's amongst the top handful of backups, right?
Sure.
I mean, of the guys I would trust, he'd be one of them.
He could borderline start.
Yeah. So if you lose your starting quarterback, you're in some trouble. You just are, especially if it's for a long period of time. So yeah, when the moment calls for it, I'm all right with it. But I do like a quarterback that slides. You can't take that chance.
Question number 3. It's time now for the Lowdown in Dinkytown.
So David Hale of ESPN.com ranked all 136 FBS teams and put them into tiers. He put the Gophers into Tier 7, the flying beneath the radar like Tom Cruise in Maverick tier.
Ooh.
The others in that tier, Georgia Tech, Iowa, Kansas, and Washington. On the Gophers, here's what he wrote. Quote, not counting the 2020 COVID-19 season, Minnesota is one of just 15 teams to win 60% of its Power 5 games. That's more impressive than it sounds. It's better than Washington, Tennessee, Ole Miss, Miami, and Texas A&M. The Gophers enter 2025 with a ton of intriguing pieces like Coy Parrish and Darius Taylor. And while the schedule includes road trips to Ohio State and Oregon, there's certainly a path for P.J. Fleck to get Minnesota back to the 10-win plateau. Common, do you agree with the Gophers being in Tier 7, which, by the way, there were 29 teams ahead of them?
Who is that guy?
David Hale of ESPN.
I would say David Hale is delusional. But you need to be delusional.
Got to be delusional.
If P.J. Fleck said, you got to be delusional. You got to think you can do this. You got to think you can do that, dis, dat, lat. So, I don't know. I guess
flying under the radar.
Well, I'll be honest with you. I think they've been flying under the radar with me because, when Fleck first took over the job, you pay closer attention. Okay, what's this guy going to do? Is he really going to make a difference? And we've watched him. How many years is he going into years 7 or 8, maybe even 9? Whatever it is, right?
He's been around a long time.
Been around a long time. So I've kind of.
But him though, it'd be 1 year,
right?
Less than that.
That's right, because it was year.
If it's actually 9 years, it's year 8 for him.
I guess I sort of in my own mind have kind of, okay, I get his bit. I know what he's about. I've seen the performances by the teams. Harder to attract the blue chippers and all that. So I've sort of just kind of like this soft. It sounds like he kept a couple of local kids in, and maybe this guy's onto something. Maybe they'll be surprising. I just think the Big 18's it's rough and tumble, and I don't know. It's the old, get to the Big Ten championship game and get back to me. Maybe they will. I'd love to see them fly under the wire. I would love to get off to 5-0.
10 wins sounds nice.
Yeah, or do what Indiana did last year. Get off to a really good start where all of a sudden you're like 6, 7, 8-0, and all of a sudden, guess what? Also receiving votes. And the next thing you know, can you believe this? They're ranked number 19 or number 22 in the nation. I'd love to see it. I'm just not sure that's going to happen.
That's it for 5 questions.
Beautiful. That was a controversial 5 questions. Now there's a close to it, Abbott.
Well, he didn't tell me about that.
Well, I did, but
yeah,
you're obviously distracted. It's on the Common Man page 3.
Is it worth it if I get to it?
Well, kind of.
You're the one who talks about work ethic all the time.
Yeah.
Show us your work ethic.
My work ethic. You want to see what else I'm doing here? All right, so hold on. Close.
Page 3, 534 close.
Common Man page 3. It should be second column over on the bottom.
Yeah.
And that's it for today's edition of 5 questions. Well, actually, 3 questions, but 5 sounds like more.
More is required, Abbott.
Yeah. More is, and you know what? Not only is more is required, but more money, I think, for the producer. Look at how hard that job is. Look at how much you're struggling with it. I don't think you give Tenneby the raise he so richly deserves. What do we got next? I don't even know.
We got nothing.
We got nothing, but we'll figure it out. We'll create something. We'll invent
more
something.
More is required.
Yeah, more. Yeah. But less is more. That's what I've always said. Rosen will join us. He might even join us a little early. Look at him there. Look at him. He's got the phone out. He's taking notes. He knows what he's doing. He's a grizzled veteran Viking reporter, observer. We'll take a break. Rosen will join us at 2. Also, Scott Studwell, former Vikings linebacker. Jim Marshall Day out here today. And he'll talk about the legend with us as well. That's at 2:30. All that and more here on the Common Man program on The Fan.
The reviews and ratings are in, and Ice Cube's Big 3 is the surprise hit of the summer. This Saturday, 4 p.m. Eastern on CBS, with playoff elimination on the line, the stars will be flocking to Los Angeles to witness the most physical, fiercest, and competitive basketball in the world. Miami's Michael Beasley and Lance Stevenson must win over Houston to make the playoffs, reeling from last week's savage beating at the hands of Chicago's possessed Montrezl Harrell. Last time these teams met, Miami beat Houston, but they are a dangerous team having their manhood at stake. Then breakout star Dwight Howard of the LA Riot will battle Gary Payton's Boston squad in a do-or-die match for both teams. Will LA avenge their previous shocking loss to perennial basketball Boston rivals to survive? 6 teams are allowed for 4 spots and all must win. Don't miss the Big 3, the 3-on-3 basketball league everyone is talking about. There's no crying in the Big 3, and the no-holds-barred action starts Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific, followed by 2 games on Vice starting at 6:30 Eastern, presented by iHeart.
A treasure trove of bananas has been stolen, and it's up to Donkey Kong and his buddy Pauline to get them back. This unlikely duo is going on a world-smashing adventure, using DK's destructive abilities to explore an underground world, and the power of Pauline singing to activate wild transformations. Donkey Kong Bonanza, available now. Rated everyone 10 and up, only on Nintendo Switch 2. Game and system sold separately.
Come on, why is this taking so long? This thing is ancient.
Still using yesterday's tech? Upgrade to the ThinkPad X1 Carbon. Ultra-light, ultra-powerful, and built for serious productivity with Intel Core Ultra processors, blazing speed, and AI-powered performance that keeps up with your business, not the other way around.
Whoa, this thing moves.
Stop hitting snooze on new tech. Win the tech search at Lenovo.com. Lenovo. Unlock AI experiences with the ThinkPad X1 Carbon, powered by Intel Core Ultra processors, so you can work, create, and boost productivity all on one device.
This message is sponsored by Greenlight. With school out, summer is the perfect time to teach our kids real-world money skills they'll use forever. Greenlight is a debit card and the #1 family finance and safety app used by millions of families, helping kids learn how to save, invest, and spend wisely. Parents can send their kids money and track their spending and saving, while kids build money confidence and skills in fun ways. Start your risk-free Greenlight trial today at greenlight.com/iHeart. That's greenlight.com/iHeart.
Lazy days of summer. About to get unlazy out here at Twin Cities Orthopedics Performance Center, the new Winter Park. It's live from our continuing coverage of the 2025 Vikings training camp. I love these training camp stories. I'm going to get to a couple of them. But first, I have a complaint. You know me, technicalities. I'm all about accuracy, technicalities. Headline: Gavin Williams overcomes frightful first inning, nearly pitches Guardians' first no-hitter in 44 years. The Guardians haven't been a team for 44 years. I know it should say Cleveland, not the Guardians. I know that's being picky.
That's being very picky.
But that's like they say, the Minnesota Twins have won 3 World Series. 87, 91, and 1924 when they were the Washington Senators. They weren't the Minnesota Twins then. They were the Washington Senators. It's the same franchise. You can say the franchise has won 3 World Series, but the Minnesota Twins have not. He nearly pitched Cleveland's first no-hitter in 44 years. They weren't the Guardians when that no-hitter was pitched. But I know I'm being picky, and I'm not asking for congressional investigation, but am I right?
Do you feel like the reporter should be jailed?
I don't think it should be jailed.
Deported?
Well, maybe suspended.
Okay. It's I think it's being a little picky.
Well,
I feel like there's a difference between Twins and Washington, even though it's the same franchise, is because they relocated. This is still in Cleveland. They just changed the name.
To protect the innocent. How about this? Patriots coach Mike Vrabel gets bloodied in training camp.
I saw that.
Tells wide receiver, you should have seen the other guy. It's well known around the NFL that Mike Vrabel is a player's coach, and we love players' coaches, right?
He's a player.
Not only is he a former star linebacker, but he was a member of the New England Patriots dynasty, winning 3 big games under legendary coach Billy Belichick. These days, Vrabes, I call him Vrabes. Why? I got a good vibe with him. These days, Vrabes holds Belichick's former job with the Pats, but that doesn't mean he's above jumping into training camp scuffles. During the Pats' Wednesday joint practice with Washington, Vrabel, who again now tend to be is a coach, dove into a pile to try to prevent a fight. Now that's according to the Boston Herald. They were there. He received a battle wound and emerged from the fracas bloodied. You can see him walking with a towel up against his face. According to Chris Mason of MassLive.com, Massachusetts, everything that happens live. Patriots rookie running back Travion Henderson picked up a blitzer and took him to the ground violently. Guess what? Football's a violent sport. The two players then started scrapping before Vrabel jumped in to break it out and a scrum broke out. Pat's tight end Hunter Henry said after the practice, that player comes out in Vrabes. And the coach apparently, it comes out in Vrabes. And the coach apparently told wide receiver DeMario Douglas, should have seen the other guy. So Vrabes got the other guy good. Pat's quarterback Drake May also praised the coach for bringing the intensity to practice. May said, that's what we're trying to build, and it starts with the head coach. The intensity, bringing it every day, taking no crap when we're out there on the field. But for mentality, I like it. I think that's what you want. I almost got in there, but another day maybe. Of course you did. You were just ready to jump in, weren't you, Drake? In your red jersey. You weren't ready to jump in. What do you make, Tenneby? Would you like to see O'Connell get into a little scrape, a little brouhaha, a little
O'Connell's not a big fan of the fighting. He got all over their players the other day. The one that J.J. McCarthy jumped in on to protect his teammates. He doesn't come across as a fighter to me. He comes across he's a lover, not a fighter.
Yeah, well, that could very well be.
But he is, KOC, he's not necessarily like he's not sculpted like Vrabel, because Vrabel was an actual linebacker, but KOC's a big dude. He's 6'5". He can handle himself.
Here's another one of those. You're going to love this. Aiden Hutchinson's, this is the headline. Aiden Hutchinson's dominance at Lions training camp forces Detroit to implement the Hutch rule in practice. That's how dominant he's the most dominant player in NFL. Listen to this.
What's the Hutch rule? Like, does he have to count to 3 Mississippi before he can rush the passer?
That's what it should be. That's a good line. Lions defensive end Aiden Hutchinson's back on the practice field after breaking his tibia and fibula in Week 6 last season, but it sounds like he's back at 100%. In fact, Hutch sounds like he's dominating. I came to dominate. According to the Lions' official website, Hutchinson's been so good in practice that Coach Danny Campbell has implemented the Hutch rule. The Hutch rule is when Hutchinson beats his lineman and registers a hypothetical sack on the play, the coaches ignore it and let the play continue so the offense can get work in. If they blew plays dead because Hutchinson got in the backfield, the Lions wouldn't get much accomplished.
It's disrupting.
For example, during a situational drill this week that called for the Lions offense to score quickly, everyone ignored a third down sack that Hutchinson had. Campbell said, "You can't block Hutch. He's going to blow every practice up. Then that's not good either." Hutchinson's dominance in training camp is a great sign that he will return to the field the way he left it last year as one of the best players in the entire league. And it's funny. Can't wait to talk to Rosen about it because he was dismissing the Lions the other day, talking about, they're going to take a step back and it's over for them. Let me ask you a question. Do they have a Cashman rule here?
No.
Who do they have a Van Ginkel rule here?
No.
Ginkel, sorry.
They have a Javon Hargrave rule, Jonathan Williams rule.
I don't think so.
A Jonathan Grenard rule, Dallas Turner.
No, they don't have those rules.
No,
because they don't dominate like Hutch does. Guess what? The Lions' offensive linemen can't stop them. Your mama can't stop him. Your daddy can't stop him. The police can't stop him. Nobody can stop Hutch.
Maybe it says something about your Lions' offensive line. They've lost a couple guys from last year.
Maybe. Well, we'll see.
Dun, dun, dun.
We'll see, Tenneby.
You'd like to have Ragnow back, wouldn't you?
I'm willing to take
You'd like to have Ragnow back.
Maybe.
You just poke yourself in the eye.
I did that on purpose. That was my bit. I like to do that. I go, hey, how's it going? They go,
I'm reminded by Chad Abbott, who's actually listening. So good, congratulations to him. Vrabes is here next week. Joint practices.
Are we going to be here for? I'm on vacation because I could sit here and go, Vrabes, you want a piece of me? We could get him going. Or do you think they'd throw us out of Winter Park? We can't. The media can't become involved like that, can we? Maybe they wouldn't.
Well, you've gotten into it with the Vikings defensive line coach before, so.
He was upset with us. Well, because we were saying the defensive line really hasn't been that good. And they hadn't. Really.
They hadn't.
Then he took offense to it. He got really bitter. And then, you know what? We did the olive branch thing. We invited him on to be a guest, and that was when why were we inside that day? Was it bad weather, or was it just, I don't remember.
Must have been.
We went inside, so.
You were kicked out of Target Center once.
I did get tossed out. You were sitting right next to me. I got tossed out of Target Center during a playoff game. It was, what did I call those guys? The three punks?
Yeah.
The three guys got me tossed out of a game. Guy grabbed me by the shoulder, and I said, "Don't you touch me ever again, dude." I said, "I'm going to go get security." So I go to security, and I go, "Hey, these guys down there," because they were yelling, "Hey, Common, who you rooting for?" And I point at my Wolves hat. I'm wearing a Wolves hat. I'm a big Wolves fan. You know me, Ducky and a Bunny. I'm a basketball community. I was back at the time I was KFAN's Minnesota Timberwolves superfan, Dan Cole at the time, right? And so I went up there and I told security guy, and all of a sudden I go sit back down. Next thing I know, Wolves security guy says, "You have to leave." Why? Well, they said you threw a punch at him.
Did they have any witnesses?
Well, and what I said was, if I threw a punch, they'd be taking him out on a gurney right now. If I threw him a punch, well, it's like if I threw a punch at him, you'd know it. He'd be spitting chiclets. And they threw me out, and I was looking outside the stadium, and I couldn't believe I was out there. And I just knew I was going to hear about it on the Chad Barrera show, because that's when I was still doing their show. And boy, did I hear about it.
Is it hard for you always being recognized in public like you are?
Yeah, well, it is. It's refreshing when when I'm not. Hey, look at they're honking at Mark Rosen right now. It's people everywhere. Okay, we'll take a break. What'd you think of that segment, Abbott?
You're building steam.
Yeah, we're starting to build it. Starting to gain some momentum like a locomotive going downhill without any brakes. We'll pause, come back, another segment, and then the legendary one, Mark Rosen, will join us. Why don't you join us now? Or do you have some, I thought you had some Jim Marshall thing to do. Oh, well, maybe we'll have a Rosen in early. Tenemy, or do you got something better?
Well, there's lots that's better.
We'll discuss it during this break. We'll come back with more, including Mark Rosen, here on The Fan.
The reviews and ratings are in, and Ice Cube's Big 3 is the surprise hit of the summer. This Saturday, 4 p.m. Eastern on CBS, with playoff elimination on the line, the stars will be flocking to Los Angeles to witness the most physical, fiercest, and competitive basketball in the world. Miami's Michael Beasley and Lance Stevenson must win over Houston to make the playoffs, reeling from last week's savage beating at the hands of Chicago's possessed Montrezl Harrell. Last time these teams met, Miami beat Houston, but they are a dangerous team having their manhood at stake. Then breakout star Dwight Howard of the LA Riot will battle Gary Payton's Boston squad in a do-or-die match for both teams. Will LA avenge their previous shocking loss to perennial basketball Boston rivals to survive? 6 teams are allowed for 4 spots, and all must win. Don't miss the Big 3, the 3-on-3 basketball league everyone is talking about. There's no crying in the Big 3, and the no-holds-barred action starts Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific, followed by 2 games on Vice starting at 6:30 Eastern, presented by iHeart.
A treasure trove of bananas has been stolen, and it's up to Donkey Kong and his buddy Pauline to get them back. This unlikely duo is going on a world-smashing adventure, using DK's destructive abilities to explore an underground world, and the power of Pauline singing to activate wild transformations. Donkey Kong Bonanza, available now. Rated everyone 10 and up, only on Nintendo Switch 2. Game and system sold separately.
Come on, why is this taking so long? This thing is ancient.
Still using yesterday's tech? Upgrade to the ThinkPad X1 Carbon. Ultra-light, ultra-powerful, and built for serious productivity with Intel Core Ultra processors, blazing speed, and AI-powered performance that keeps up with your business, not the other way around.
Whoa, this thing moves.
Stop hitting snooze on new tech. Win the tech search at Lenovo.com. Lenovo. Unlock AI experiences with the ThinkPad X1 Carbon, powered by Intel Core Ultra processors, so you can work, create, and boost productivity all on one device.
There's nothing like sinking into luxury. At WashableSofas.com, you'll find the Anabay sofa, which combines ultimate comfort and design at an affordable price. And get this, it's the only sofa that's fully machine washable from top to bottom, starting at only $699. The stain-resistant performance fabric slipcovers and cloud-like frame duvet can go straight into your wash. Perfect for anyone with kids, pets, or anyone who loves an easy-to-clean, spotless sofa. With a modular design and changeable slipcovers, you can customize your sofa to fit any space and style. Whether you need a single chair, love seat, or a luxuriously large sectional, Anabay has you covered. Visit WashableSofas.com to upgrade your home. Right now, you can shop up to 60% off store-wide with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Shop now at WashableSofas.com. Add a little to your life. Offers are subject to change and certain restrictions may apply.
Man.
It's been a very fast-paced, action-packed, controversial Common Man program. What's new? TCO Performance Center is our location, live from the new Winter Park, continuing coverage of the 2025 Vikings training camp. I want to shout out to my three playing partners today, Bjorn, Myron, and Rick. We played at the Emerald Jewel Fox Hollow. I haven't played at the Fox Hollow in probably 15 years. Course was impeccable. We played for the Monticello Help Center. The Help Center offers monthly food shelf visits, food delivery options for seniors and disabled clients, as well as a monthly People's Pantry drive-through. They paid hundreds of dollars to play with the Common Man. And in addition to that, Bjorn flew in from Seattle to play golf with the Common Man. He flew in from Seattle. Of course, they left his clubs at the airport. He borrowed his cousins.
Rentals.
He borrowed his cousins because he lives in town here, and I'm thinking he might have played better without his clubs. Bjorn struggled a little bit out there. But we loved it. We had a great time, and we raised money for a good cause, so it was really good. You know, I find it funny. Off air, we're talking, that's the legendary Mark Rosen is joining us, and talk about Aaron Rodgers, and Tenenby said he's already ripping teammates, and you go...
Yeah. Rosen said that.
I said
you
that.
said that.
Well, I'm just reading a tweet that...
And so then I said, well, yeah, I mean, he holds his teammates to a higher standard. Then you immediately start attacking Rodgers. He's done, he's spent, and I said to you, first thing I asked you was, who's more battle-tested in the NFL? Aaron Rodgers or J.J. McCarthy?
It's a ridiculous question.
And then you say, well, he's got nothing left. He said, and I guarantee you, had he signed here, you'd be saying he looks refreshed.
Let's see what he looks like.
Rejuvenated. You'd be talking about how wonderful he looks out there. I just know you. I know you all too well.
No. I wouldn't. When we talked about this forever, about the tinkering and KOC having a conversation or two with him, and I said all along it would have been intriguing to see him here with Justin. We all know he wanted to be here. This was his first choice. And I think KOC was very much upfront with him and said we're moving forward with our young guy, and it's not to suggest that Rodgers. I mean, I wouldn't mind having A-Rod as a backup right now, but there's no way in the world he was going to come in here as a backup. He wanted to start and wanted to go out, and probably likely his last year. I think he even said that. So he was looking around. Teams were dropping out, and now he's with the Steelers. I mean, we'll see how he does. I mean, obviously he can sling it, but I don't know. After watching him even last couple of years, the mobility he had seemed to really be limited. So it's really incumbent upon the Steelers' offensive line to kind of keep the defensive lines out of his face, because he could take a beating otherwise. But we'll see how he does. He's still he's Aaron Rodgers.
If he
rabbit out of a hat.
If he wins his 5th MVP, unprecedented, and he hoists the Lombardi Trophy, will you leave town?
I'll probably be leaving town anyway around that time.
Oh, really?
So it'll just be a coincidence. I'm not leaving town permanently, but I think it's about as far-fetched as the Lions going to the Super Bowl this year.
Have you heard about the Hutch rule?
I don't care about the Hutch rule. I'm just saying...
He's so dominant in practice that they just let the play continue even if
their offensive line is in shambles right now.
You know who Sewell is? Have you heard of the name of him?
Penei Sewell? Yeah, he's pretty good. I don't know if he's going against him every day, but no, it's great that Hutch is back. I'm just saying, I like to kid you about it, but I think the Lions, because they have a first-place schedule, if you look at their road schedule, I think they start at Green Bay.
They're at Curly.
They're not going to win that game.
Tenenby?
Yeah.
Not only will Green Bay not score in that game.
What else is going to happen?
Not only will they not cross the 50-yard line, they don't even pick up a first down in that game.
Wow.
Detroit's going to dominate.
Well, the good news is we'll be able to watch it because the Vikings aren't playing till Monday night.
Yeah.
Of course, you'd be watching it anyway.
3 o'clock and 3:25, I think.
Is it at Curly?
Yeah, at Curly.
I don't know. I think the Packers.
Do you like when you play your intra-division foes?
Right out
twice a year. Do you like right out of the gate?
Well, we've seen it happen with the Vikings and the Packers in particular a number of times, and obviously it's happening this year with the Bears. I don't have a really strong opinion about it. I think it's important that one of the last games of the year should be against a divisional opponent.
And I think both of them are. They wrap up the season, right? Isn't it?
Well, the last game always is.
It always is.
It's always a division opponent.
Right, and that's the way it should be because it should have a bearing.
They did that basically to avoid tanking, right? Because you're less likely to tank against the division opponent. You want to knock off your rival.
Yeah.
But it doesn't. I mean, I think it's kind of cool. The interest level is off the chart. I mean, imagine the Lions going into Curly Lambeau and then the Vikings opening up at Chicago against the Bears. Those are two wonderful opening games from a divisional standpoint, and you kind of the tempo's going to be set. Nothing's going to be decided that first weekend, but I think it's more important, as we've said, that.
Well, you send a message.
Well, yeah, you send a message, of course.
Especially if you win on the road. Especially if you win on the road. If
correct.
you go to Curly and win, and you go to Soldier and win, that's a little bit about.
It gives you an advantage.
Yeah, and again, first game of the season, we know it takes one, but still.
But you then are playing catch up, and we've seen that before. We even saw it with the Vikings last year, I think, with the Lions, and then it came down to that final game, and it was in Detroit, of course. But the Vikings losing early, you lose those divisional games in particular. It's almost like you're 2 games behind. You have to win again, and then you have to win again.
Well, yeah, I don't know if you'll see a situation again like we did last year where we had Vikings-Lions, winners in the number 1 seed, home field advantage throughout the losers, the 5th seed. I mean, that's just crazy, that much of a difference in one game. So much, a lot of good it did the Lions in losing the first game. But you'd much rather be in that situation to have that first round bye and have all your games as long as you win at home. We talked about this too. I hope the Bears are improved. I like when the division, like last year when you had the Twins until the collapse. You had the Twins, Tigers, Guardians, and Royals were all in the thick of things. They were all above 500. They're fighting for playoff spots. 3 of the teams made it. Unfortunately, the Twins didn't. I kind of like when the division's really good when all the teams are.
It wasn't that long ago. The NFC North was kind of a laughing stock.
Correct.
And now it's not. I think all those teams are. I think the Packers are going to be improved. And the Bears should be improved. I know the fans in Chicago have been waiting, for A+ kind of quarterback play forever. But they're probably, you're looking at an 8-9 win. That's kind of where everybody is, except for the Lions. They're the favorites still, despite losing a couple players and having
a couple coordinators gone
in particular. So, but yeah, I think the NFC North shapes up as the toughest division, certainly in the NFC. You can argue.
I was going to ask that question to the both of you too, Ted. Could you make the argument the NFC North might be top to bottom the best division in football? I mean, I know you got the Bengals if they can get off.
Well, last year statistically they were best division in the history of.
Yes.
Yeah.
The Bengals the last couple of years gotten off to a real slow start, and they've been fighting uphill the whole time.
AFC North, AFC West might be a little bit better this year. Obviously, you got Kansas City, but
Denver,
the Superchargers with another year of Harbaugh, and they really fortified their trenches. And then Denver's supposed to be a team on the rise, and who knows what Pete Carroll can do in Vegas.
Right.
So I think that division might emerge a little bit.
Yeah, I mean those are the two I would rank as the top 2 overall from top to bottom in the NFC and AFC.
Of course, that East over there with Washington, Philly, the Giants can't get any worse, can they? I don't know what to think of Dallas anymore.
Well, it's sort of the same story with Dallas, isn't it? I mean, it's now they got Micah Parsons.
He wants out, right? Is that correct?
He was at practice though, wasn't he?
He asked for a trade.
Okay.
I don't know if that's just negotiation tactics or.
Sure.
Jerry Jones shrugged the whole thing off, said it's a kind of a non-story. But Micah has asked for a trade, but whether or not he sticks to his guns.
But Terry McLaurin in Washington has also asked for a trade.
Yeah. That's kind of the team to watch, but yeah, the Giants are.
I think at this point, it's not really a good time to trade. You wait until a couple weeks,
right?
You get closer to the season. Maybe you have some injuries happen,
sure,
and then you Then you throw it out there to get more.
You might go.
Most teams are pretty set at this stage, right?
Yeah. You go. Well, we don't really need a wide receiver, and then all of a sudden, your number one wide receiver goes down with a 6-week, 8-week injury, year injury. Then all of a sudden, maybe we should trade for the kid from Washington.
Well, it happens every year. There's always going to be one critical injury that occurs sometime during a training camp that sets people back. It sets a team back, and that's why those guys. And I'm looking across the fields here upstairs where the Rob Brzezinskis and all those guys are. They have their emergency list all the time. I'm still kind of anxious to see how this backup quarterback situation works out with the Vikings, because will they be satisfied with another Sam Howell as being the guy? We will see, Howell play extensively in the preseason, I don't know if he's got the right goods. He's coming from a system that doesn't necessarily match up with what KOC's been doing. So what's his learning curve like? How much is comfort level? Even if JJ has to go out for a series or two, it's just, you don't have it's not a Josh Dobbs situation. You're going to have one solid backup that you want to count on, and a lot of teams don't. I mean, that's the problem.
Including the Vikings, it looks like.
Well, that's a fair assessment. Yeah, I don't know if it's, remember they brought in Mullins a couple of years ago, and he was going to be the guy, and there's always a possibility of making a trade, and I wouldn't put it past them to look at what goes on in the preseason and all these other practices and go, I don't like our backup situation here. We got to go get someone.
Yeah.
What was that?
I think I hear a B. Is there a B?
Oh, where's the ambulance? Oh, it's right there.
Look out! He's on your forehead. Look out!
I'll see you guys. That's the worst sound effect I've ever heard in my life. It's so bad. Is that Abbott's?
That's not a sound effect. He's right by your head.
Yeah,
right
there's
now.
A bee around here.
Yeah, well,
look at him.
The breeze is blowing him away.
He's planting eggs in your hair. Do bees lay
friendly
eggs?
ambulance is right over there.
Do bees lay eggs? Do we know? Do we have any indication?
Not the one to ask.
Or do they just spit out live bees?
That was one of the big highlights of my entire life covering training camp, was getting stung here.
I remember.
It was...
Ever since that day, Hennepin Healthcare has been...
They've been
right
here.
Every year.
Nope, not for the players.
Try to protect you.
Drive by.
Look at people honking.
Yeah.
They recognize you.
Hello.
They recognize you everywhere you go.
Everywhere I go.
I saw the swarms of people over there. You can't even get through the front gate.
Well, that was the Marshall family that's here for Marshall Days. We got Scott Studwell coming on at 2:30, and Jim's widow Sue is here already, and they're having a video presentation on the other side of the field, et cetera, et cetera. So that was a lot of his family members that are here today.
What do you think of that? I think you like this Twins club. They're starting to catch on with you a little bit. They win a series for the first time since the All-Star break, which means the first series they've won since they did the fire sale.
I said my guilty pleasure is watching this team now, but it just adds to the frustration about, I understand the shakeup and the Correa stuff, and some of the other players they decided to ship out. Not save. The money thing was obvious with Correa, but the Duran thing just eats at me, because they just don't have a closer. They don't
need a closer
this
year.
They do.
Not this year.
Yeah. Well, what do you mean? Oh, well, if they're trying to win ball games, they do.
Yeah, but
I know what you mean.
They're not going anywhere.
No, they're not. But that's the thing. I don't quite understand. He wasn't a $30 million a year guy, and Varlin wasn't, and those two guys in particular, Jax, if he did indeed ask for a trade, they kept one or two of those guys.
Think of this.
It shapes up so much better when you got.
Think of this: Lopez, Ryan, Olber,
right,
Festa, Zebby. Those five right there. Now,
it's almost like
then
the
you go.
Orioles
Then
in
you
the
got
70s.
Buxton, Lewis,
right,
Keishel,
right,
Brooks Lee, Larnach, Wallner. Miranda comes back. I mean, let's go. Let's play. What's wrong with
you?
You
didn't even talk about Hatch out of the bullpen.
And then Hatch out of the bullpen. How good was Hatch? He was brilliant yesterday.
What do you think of Hatch?
He pitched for us yesterday. He was brilliant.
It's not going to be able to sustain it. That's all.
Well, not this year.
No.
Then all the young guys we got from the other clubs.
Yeah. You're pretty excited about this team now. The Pole lads, you patting them on the back for doing the right thing?
Just trying something different.
Are they trying something different?
Well, yeah. No one in the history of baseball's ever traded 10 players at trade deadline. They're trying something different.
I'm anxious to see what kind of... Buxton might be back tomorrow night. I think he was aiming towards coming back, but it's the first time they've been back at home since the fire sale. And fans who have tickets, I mean, you're going to go. I mean, of course. I mean, I think at that point, but what kind of they're not going to boo the players. It's not their fault. I mean, you're not going to boo any of those guys. I mean, they're the ones who are here. You're going to turn around and boo up in the press box where one of the poll ads might be. I mean, I don't know how you're going to react to it.
Don't they sit in like a suite where where the Budweiser thing is?
They have their offices up there.
Oh, their offices are there.
Their offices up there. I'm not sure, where they sit. If Joe Pollad, where he sits for the games, I have no idea.
Yeah.
But, their offices are up there by the Budweiser sign.
Have you been there before?
I have. Yeah, I've been through it. I haven't really spent a lot of time there. Yeah, mostly when I was.
Did you see any pennies lying around while you were in there?
Hanging out with Dave St. Peter a little bit. Yeah. So I don't.
Ding.
Yeah, ding, ding, ding. Well, the players are starting to come out. Here we go.
Yeah, look. And you love to see the leader of the team out of the. Well, that's not McCarthy. So like the leader being out there right away and showing him that he wants to be out there.
Those are your third and fourth string quarterbacks.
Right,
they make sure they get out early.
Yeah.
They have to.
You know what my favorite part of training camp is? Watching the medicine ball drill.
You love that?
That's fun to watch.
Yeah.
No, it really is.
I like the jugs machine when they're,
Yeah. That goes too fast.
I remember when down in Mankato, the one who put on a show all the time was Chris Carter.
Time for two more.
He would be on the sidelines, which was his specialty, as we know, and making those one-handed catches with his left hand on the sideline. The ball was zipping at him. Yeah, he was masterful.
He's the best hands I've ever seen.
Unbelievable. Yeah, he just in that drop of football.
He also said 30 mil won't get you to the grave, fool.
No. We were all heeding his advice.
Yeah, he was pretty good.
Didn't start out that way. But
picked up for $100.
Not a bad trade.
$100 off the waiver wire.
Yeah,
$100.
He had some personal issues. And,
Yeah, he did.
The Vikings took a chance on him, and he rewarded him.
Just like Denny took a chance on
Randy Moss.
Yeah. Took a chance. No one wanted to touch Moss.
No, he thought he was
had some
going to go to
off-field
Dallas.
issues.
Yeah. I mean, if you watch that documentary on Randy, you understand what his background was like. But he had some scrapes and this and that. But I mean, it wasn't like he was spending most of his time in jail.
No.
But Denny Green saw he saw through it and saw the talent. Man, that was not a bad draft pick, as they say. But it changed the whole complexion of this franchise in '98.
Changed Green Bay's, too.
Then we traded him for Troy Williamson.
Yeah. Ticey. Yeah. That was something. Got to replace him. The Randy ratio. Remember that one? No, that was fun.
Well, Randy ratio was I guess the concept was right. You want to get the ball in his hands as often as you can, but it didn't really work out that way. Though if you do remember that year that they when 8-8 went to the playoffs, they were the fifth best team in football. That's what he said at the end of the season. Well, the only reason he said that, he said because we were the last team eliminated. Right. But you had the 3:00 game on Sunday of the divisional playoffs. So, yeah, if you would have played at 11:30 on Saturday, you would have been the 8th team eliminated. Right. But he said, "Well, no, we're the 5th best team because."
He said we were one of the last 5 teams.
The last 5 teams.
Well, it's like during March Madness. That's like saying if you played the last game on Sunday, you're one of how many teams left standing at this point.
Well, you can't argue with the logic.
No,
at least not with Mike Tice.
No. Miss Ticey.
Yeah, I think we all do. Big Ticket has him on once in a while, doesn't he? Does he still have him on every once in a while? Do he and JG still do that TV show?
The what show? They do a show?
They had some TV show.
With Tice?
Time for 2 more questions, guys?
Just him and JG got something on Channel
Barrero.
4. Yeah, Barrero on Channel 4 or something.
It's not Channel 4, it's Fox. My station.
Oh.
Yeah. By the way, we have a preview show.
It's a show called That's Enough.
That's Enough.
Yeah.
2 to 3 Saturday afternoon.
Yes.
First game day live. We'll be hosting.
Barrero show's on at 2:30, 2 to 3 o'clock.
No, I'm going to host the show with Ben Lever and Pete Persich and Don Mitchell and Ahmad Hicks.
You know what I like? You know what I like? I like when it's you, Persich, Lieber, and Johnson on the panel. And I'll text them while they're on. They'll text me back during the show.
Who, Ron?
Well, Ron, Persich, and Lieber, all of them. All 3 of them do.
Yeah, Ron would be the first to do that.
Well, those 2 do it too. All 3 of them. I text back and forth with all those guys. It's just so much fun.
He's got it down to an
I can get them going.
His daughter, one of his daughters, ended up playing in a softball game or something. He's got a streaming live. They have a camera, and He's watching it live while we're doing the show. And he never misses a beat. He's something else.
They're about to start the medicine ball drill. Here it goes. No, I guess not.
Oh.
He's just loosening up with the medicine ball.
Yeah.
It's so much fun to watch him throw the medicine ball back and forth.
So you do that.
That's why you come here. To see those kinds of things.
Nope.
You can't see that anywhere else. You can't see that on TV.
No. We got the ringside
seat. Well, I bet these players wish it would have stayed overcast.
I know.
It was night. The wind was blowing. It was overcast.
Yeah.
It was fresh out here, actually.
An hour and a half ago would have been great for practice.
Yeah, now it's just getting...
it's heating up.
They're in shorts, though, today. I think they're just doing a walkthrough. I don't think they're hitting it at all. Then obviously, they're wearing shorts. They're wearing full pads today.
This is the... this is like getting the hook music. Time to shut up. Move on. So we're going to take a break. We're going to come back. We got another action-packed hour to go. Trust me, we got plenty to get to. We'll just figure it out during the top of the hour break and come back with more. It's continuing coverage live from TCO Performance Center, Eagan. The new Winter Park is Vikings 2025 training camp continuing coverage here on the Fan.
Yeah, Rosie.
Ice Cube's Big 3 is the surprise hit of the summer. This Saturday, 4 p.m. Eastern on CBS with playoff elimination on the line. The most physical, fiercest, and competitive basketball in the world. Miami's Michael Beasley and Lance Stevenson must win to make the playoffs. And breakout star Dwight Howard of the LA Riot will battle Gary Payton's Boston squad in a do-or-die match for both teams. 6 teams are alive for 4 spots and all must win. There's no crying in the Big 3. And the no-holds-barred action starts Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific. Presented by iHeart.
Lenovo is built for creators who don't wait for inspiration. They chase it. With inventive tech, built-in AI tools, and seamless performance, Lenovo devices powered by Intel Core Ultra processors are designed to bring your wildest ideas to life faster. That's the power of Lenovo with Intel inside. Enjoy flexible financing, rewards on every purchase, and free shipping. And students get special offers when you create an account at Lenovo.com.
Lenovo.
A treasure trove of bananas has been stolen, and it's up to Donkey Kong and his buddy Pauline to get them back. This unlikely duo is going on a world-smashing adventure, using DK's destructive abilities to explore an underground world, and the power of Pauline singing to activate wild transformations. Donkey Kong Bonanza, available now. Rated everyone 10 and up, only on Nintendo Switch 2. Game and system sold separately.
There's nothing like sinking into luxury. At WashableSofas.com, you'll find the Anabe sofa, which combines ultimate comfort and design at an affordable price. And get this, it's the only sofa that's fully machine washable from top to bottom, starting at only $699. The stain-resistant performance fabric slipcovers and cloud-like frame duvet can go straight into your wash. Perfect for anyone with kids, pets, or anyone who loves an easy-to-clean, spotless sofa. With a modular design and changeable slipcovers, you can customize your sofa to fit any space and style. Whether you need a single chair, love seat, or a luxuriously large sectional, Anabe has you covered. Visit WashableSofas.com to upgrade your home. Right now, you can shop up to 60% off store-wide with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Shop now at WashableSofas.com. Add a little to your life. Offers are subject to change and certain restrictions may apply.